Canada, a wildfire disaster of historic proportions is unfolding in northern Manitoba as more than 17,000 people have been forced to flee their homes amid raging, fast-moving blazes. The town of Flin Flon, once considered a rugged stronghold of mining resilience, now stands eerily abandoned, with entire neighborhoods shrouded in thick smoke, scorched earth, and silence. The crisis erupted late last week when unusually dry conditions and soaring temperatures created a perfect storm for ignition. By Saturday evening, over 30 active fires were raging across the province's northern wilderness. The largest, dubbed the Boreal Front Fire, exploded in size overnight, devouring more than 120,000 hectares of dense boreal forest and closing in on populated areas with terrifying speed. Residents in Flin Flon received evacuation orders just after 7 p.m. local time on Saturday. The sirens came without warning. It felt like the end of the world, said David Penner, a lifelong Flin Flon resident.
Smoke was getting pretty heavy.
One moment we were watching the news, and the next we could see flames on the ridgeline. We grabbed what we could and just ran. The evacuation was hindered by heavy smoke, traffic gridlock, and downed communication lines. Dozens of families reported running out of fuel while trying to escape. Emergency responders rushed to provide assistance as entire convoys of evacuees moved south toward the Pas, Thompson, and even Winnipeg, more than 750 kilometers away. Hours later, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau addressed the nation in a somber national address. "Canada stands with Manitoba," he said. "The federal government is mobilizing the Canadian Armed Forces, air support, and emergency supplies to assist immediately. Military helicopters have begun airlifting vulnerable residents from remote Indigenous communities in the fire's path, while water bombers from British Columbia and Alberta have been redeployed to assist with containment efforts. More than 800 firefighters, including crews from the United States and Australia, are now battling the infernos." Air quality across Manitoba has deteriorated rapidly. Environment Canada has issued red-level air advisories for large swathes of the province. Winnipeg's air quality index peaked at AQI 387, well into the hazardous range. Hospitals and clinics are overwhelmed, especially with children, the elderly, and those with asthma or heart conditions. "This level of particulate pollution is among the worst we've ever recorded," said Dr. Amina Jafari, a respiratory specialist at Winnipeg General Hospital. "Even healthy individuals are at risk with prolonged exposure." Scientists have been warning for years that the Canadian boreal is becoming increasingly vulnerable due to climate change. Warmer temperatures, drier springs, and longer fire seasons are combining to make these megafires more frequent and more intense. "This is not just a bad year. This is the new normal," said Dr. Rachel Lim, a climate scientist at the University of Manitoba. "We're seeing fire behavior in Manitoba that used to be reserved for California or Australia. Forecasts show no significant rainfall in the coming days. Winds remain strong, and fire crews fear a possible southern shift in the blaze that could threaten larger towns such as Snow Lake and Lynn Lake." Across Canada, citizens are donating to relief efforts through organizations like the Red Cross, United Way, and Indigenous Emergency Alliance.